Andrew Wang is with us, managing partner at Runnymede Capital Management, to talk about some stock picks, the market action, this record run that we've been seeing. How are you finding your stock picks in the midst of a record run for the markets here?
Hi, Nicole. Great to be back. Our outlook for 2021 is still positive. I think with the expectation of more government stimulus and easy comps relative to a year ago when the economies were essentially locked down. I think interestingly, looking at individual companies, we're finding opportunities where, because last year many companies refrained from providing earnings guidance for the full year, we think that one can find companies that, Wall Street earnings estimates may be too low. So we're seeing opportunities that we think give investors good opportunities this year and going forward.
Right. So as you talk about the optimism going forward, one of your stock picks here is in the airline industry. So I guess you don't like all the airlines. There's Spirit Airlines that you seem to like more than the others. Why?
We like this one. I mean, Stephanie was just talking about retail and REITs. And I think that even though coronavirus is still impacting our daily routines, investors are starting to look past the uncertainties of the next few quarters and looking to brighter days. So I think that airlines are a good place to be coming out of a recession. I brought Spirit Airlines, ticker symbol SAVE today, because it's just well positioned to benefit from a domestic and leisure-driven recovery. There's just huge pent-up demand for leisure travel with multiple COVID vaccines being distributed.
What about business travel? When is that coming back?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think that business travel is going to come later, and to what extent it will fully recover, if it fully recovers, we don't know. But because of that, I think that that's why we like Spirit Airlines, because it's a smaller regional airline, and it's more than just a story. The upcoming earnings estimates should look strong compared to last spring, when there was a complete lockdown. But it's a little controversial, right? This company lost $8 last year, is forecast to lose $1 this year. So the turnaround doesn't come until next year, with earnings estimates forecasted to be $2. But if investors are willing to look past the uncertainty in those short-term losses, the stock is selling at about 14 times next year's earnings.
Yeah, well, that's pretty amazing. And then turning the tables to another area, Fiserv, the payment space solutions company. So what do you like about this one? I think Zeal, they function with Zeal, which is very popular. Tell me a little bit about fintech, payment space, Fiserv in particular, which seems to be your favorite because they're coming out with their numbers tomorrow, right? What are your expectations here and why do you like them?
That's right. We really like this space. And for those that airline travel is a little bit too much of an uncertainty, I think financial services is much steadier. Fiserv in particular, this company has delivered double-digit earnings growth for over 35 consecutive years. So a stellar track record. And there's a real growth story here. I think that is not completely understood. I mean, you've got this steady company that handles, helping to move money for thousands of financial institutions, as well as millions of people in small business. But there's a growth story. There's a shift toward electronic payments, and there is a digital transformation taking place in the banking industry. And Fiserv provides the plumbing for all of that to happen for the big banks.
All right. Well, we know it competes against the other guys too, Square and Venmo and all that. So we'll continue to watch Fiserv, particularly ahead of its numbers tomorrow. Thank you so much, Andrew Wang, Runnymede Capital. Always great to have you on the show. We really appreciate it very, very much.